80 Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTP. HTTP, or the Hypertext Transfer Protocol, is the fundamental language of the World Wide Web. When you open a browser like Chrome or Firefox and type in a web address, your computer uses HTTP to request the text, images, and videos that make up a website from a remote server. For your certification exams, the most critical takeaway is that HTTP operates on port 80 and by itself is completely unencrypted. The request-response cycle. HTTP works as a simple conversation between your computer, the client, and a web server. The request. When you click a link, your browser sends an HTTP GET request to the server's IP address on port 80. The response. The server looks for the file you asked for and sends back a response code. If everything is fine, it sends a 200 OK status along with the website data. If the page is missing, it sends the famous 404 not found error. HTTP versus HTTPS. In your cybersecurity studies, you will learn that port 80 is rarely used for sensitive data today because it is a clear-text protocol. The security risk. Anyone sitting on the same network, like at a public coffee shop, can use a packet sniffer to read exactly what you are doing on an HTTP site, including seeing any passwords or credit card numbers you type into a form. The solution. Most modern websites automatically redirect you from port 80 to port 443, which is HTTPS, HTTP secure. HTTPS uses SSL/TLS encryption to wrap the HTTP traffic in a secure tunnel, making it unreadable to hackers. Key HTTP status codes for technicians. When troubleshooting a website that won't load, a technician looks at the status codes generated by the protocol. You should recognize these for the A+ exam. 200 OK, the request was successful and the page is loading. 301, moved permanently. The website has moved to a new address, often used to redirect HTTP to HTTPS. 401, unauthorized. You tried to access a page that requires a login. 403, forbidden. The server understands the request but refuses to give you access, often due to permissions. 404, not found. The most common error. The server cannot find the specific file or URL you requested. 500, internal server error. The server itself is having a meltdown or a software crash. 503, service unavailable. The server is overloaded or down for maintenance. Summary for your studies. Protocol, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Port 80. Security, insecure cleartext. Transport, TCP. Connection-oriented to ensure the website loads completely without missing images.